Hi. Hey, how are you?
Good. I will be sipping a beer.
That's totally
Please
fine.
don't mind.
Yes, I don't
Sunday
mind.
feels. And last time was wine.
I'm very scared to keep any drinks near me. I'm very paranoid about spilling it on my computer or something. Oh, your mom's tuned in. So cute.
Hi, mommy. Can you see me clearly? I look very dark in my video, like
No,
in
no,
what I
it's
can
okay.
see.
It's not like
Do I? Okay.
it's not a bride saying ceremony, so you won't be judged on your color.
Should I just do the whole thing like this?
No, dude, you look good.
Okay. As long as you can see me clearly.
Yes, yes. Uh, if
Hi.
my if my internet acts shady, I'll have to switch to a different. Hang on.
No problems.
I
Might
should
happen
have
to me also.
I should have worn something in the bottom.
Scared to get up now?
Yeah, like shit. Okay.
Even I'm in shorts too. Don't worry.
All good. All good. Okay, super. Okay, fine. So today I am going to be hosting the show, and you are my guest, and I am going to be asking you some very, very personal questions. So ready, yeah?
Bring it.
So I'll tell you why I wanted to do this. Okay. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and guy who's single. He's been on all these dating apps and matrimonial apps and whatnot, and hasn't had a lot of luck. And he said, "Hey, you've written a blog post about uh, women want this and women want that and things like that, but you never really went into details of anything. So, what are women actually looking for?" And before I could say anything to him, he was like, "Yeah, I was reading this book called The Game." I was like, "Wait a minute!" I don't know if you've heard of this. Yeah, you
I
have, right?
have.
Yeah. So I feel and then I started sort of researching relationship coaches or dating coaches in India, and I saw that there was this whole world of pickup artists and things like that, but I couldn't see a woman's perspective on this, right? Like normal women's perspective on this, where there isn't sort of some shady advice saying, hey, if a woman is dancing 5 feet from you, that means she wants to sleep with you tonight, kind of advice. So, so I I was like,
All the advice we give each other as women is like, call me, carry pepper spray, try not to die. God.
so I was like, okay, I would like to actually break this whole journey down and try and get a real woman's perspective on what is it that women want. I know that you're not going to be answering for all the women out there and things like
Yeah.
that, and you're going to be
Hashtag
answering
not
for
all women.
exactly, right? So guys, that's a caveat, okay? So take this with a pinch of salt, but I'm guessing you can apply this to women who are like you or like me, largely like us, but whatever. Use with your own discretion types.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is purely personal opinion only.
yes,
It
yes.
is not
Yeah.
hard fact.
Yeah. And you're not getting any money back. Actually, you haven't paid for it, so it's fine. So I wanted to start right at the beginning, and I wanted to first explore a physical scenario. Like, obviously, that's not happening now because of COVID and stuff, and it doesn't happen very often. But when you are in a physical setting, um, what's a good way for somebody to get your attention without approaching you, like before they approach you? Like what do you look at and then think, hey, this is somebody I can chat with if he comes up to me, or I could go up to him and talk to him. Like, what are the cues?
So for me, taller than me, obviously, which
Okay,
automatically slashes the population down to
right,
like two people.
right,
Well dressed. I mean, like if we are, I'm assuming this is at a nightclub type of
right,
situation, or
right,
like even a house party, whatever.
right, right.
Well dressed is a big one for me, not because I'm shallow, but like I feel like you should want to present yourself well,
Sure.
and care about how
Yeah,
you come across.
yeah.
So that's one. In
So for
shape
people who
also.
don't know what is well dressed, what does well dressed mean?
Um, like dressing for the occasion, for example, like if we're at a house party, then like yeah, like jeans and a t-shirt is fine, but I would hope that you're not gonna come in like gym shorts and a banyan, like
Right,
or gym
right,
shorts and a t-shirt and like rubber chappals from the house.
right, right,
If we're
right.
out at like a bar or whatever, that you're wearing, like a stylish t-shirt, like one of those nice ones,
Yeah,
with like jeans that fit you well. It just has to
right.
fit you well. Like it doesn't have to be Gucci, Armani, Prada, whatever. It just needs to fit you
Right,
correctly,
right,
not be like falling off you.
right.
And like if you're wearing shoes, then not like sports shoes, like actual going out shoes, like those
Got
semi-formal
it.
ones, whatever.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Socks, please wear
Yeah.
socks, that kind of thing.
I feel like, you might think that this is so basic, but there are so many people out there who like have no clue about this, right? And I feel like this is such great gyan, especially for men who literally got no access to real women. And everything that they've learned about women is from like movies or pornography and things like that. So
Yeah.
this is,
Also, public
yeah,
service announcement, men, there is a difference between athletic socks and dress socks. So if you're wearing Oxford or like, those fancy shoes, you need to be in dress socks, which is a different thinner. You can get them in funky patterns. But please don't wear your Nike Reebok workout socks with your nice shoes. If you can
right,
match your belt and shoe, even more props. But yeah,
right.
so that's well
Oh,
dressed.
damn. I should have actually got my husband to listen to this.
Yeah,
He's,
we'll send him
yeah.
a link, dude. And then, like,
I think you're a bit stuck right now. I don't know if it's my internet. Oh God. Can you guys hear me? Who can you hear? Me or Urvashi? Um, okay, you were stuck. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was gone. I think I'm just trying to see so that like yeah, I think so, right? It's okay. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to switch my internet.
sure. Be back momentarily.
Hello. Okay, is this better?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
super. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, so you were
Yeah,
talking about dress socks. Yes, okay.
yes, dress songs. Also, just sort of generally well groomed, like decent haircut, and like if you have a beard, like it's sort of maintained. That kind
Right,
of, I mean, that's the kind of person that I go for. I know there are people
sure,
who really like
sure.
the grizzly sort of or
Mm-hmm.
natural,
Right,
rugged vibe.
right,
Not,
right,
not for me.
right.
Excuse me, that's the beer. I went through that phase, but this time I think I'm done with that now. So yeah,
Okay,
just like sort of well dressed, well groomed, in
right,
shape ideally because I mean I'm not a bodybuilder or anything, but like I like working out and sort of taking care of my
right,
fitness and stuff. So I would
right,
appreciate that.
right.
Slash to be really shallow, I'm all about the ripped abs kind of
Oh, okay.
situation, but that's just personal preference.
Right, right,
So
right.
that's the sort of the physical things that I look for.
Sure, sure,
It's also a green flag if they are with a group and there are women in that group, and it's
sure.
not just kind of like him alone at the bar because those like those kind of sketchy guys who are just by themselves at the bar, like that they're there to like pick up chicks. Like I don't want somebody who's there to pick up chicks. Like if you have a group of friends and you're with them and there are females there, then that's sort of like a little bit of a green tick for me because okay, you have female friends and they're not creeped out by you, so you might be a decent person. So
Right.
that's another one. And like
What
if
about
they're
if you're
polite
like
about
an
it,
introvert? I mean, what about if you're an introvert and like, groups just like or that, you're at a party where like let's say you don't really actually know too many people, but you've been invited by like, the host or something like that. How about that? Like if they're alone, what would you like them
yeah.
to sort of be doing for you to find them attractive and not creepy?
Um, that's an interesting question. If they don't know anyone else there, like if they're alone, I mean, I would expect them to maybe like sort of make some conversation. Like, if I'm going to the fridge to get ice or something, they can just come up and be like, "Hey, can I have some too?" and then start the conversation from there.
Got it.
Just like
Got it.
make it smooth, like not just like, "Hi, are you alone? I too am alone." Like not like that. So just if it's a physical requirement, and then so also I like the non-aggressive kind of thing where like if we've made eye contact like 2 or 3 times, then you know that like you're checking them out, but they're also checking you out, and then they caught you checking them out, and you caught them
Right,
checking
right,
you out, the whole thing.
right,
And
right.
then like I am very forthcoming in the sense that I will smile. And if
Yeah.
they smile back, then I'm like open to like having them come over, whatever. But
Sure.
if they're just like, it's not gonna work for me. I mean, I appreciate that you're stunned by my beauty and all, but that's not gonna work. So it's
Got
like
it.
sort of play mode. Also, I mean, like this is a great situation to like pull a wingman type of thing, right? Like
Right.
tell the host, like, dude, who is this girl? Like, give me an introduction, and then the host can slyly just sort of bring them over and be like, hey, Urvashi, this is so and so. He's new in
Right.
town. I
Right.
think you guys will get along. Bye. Because
Right.
I've had
Right.
friends do this. Like,
Okay.
they've literally walked me up to a table with this really beautiful man and just been like, Urvashi, so and so, Urvashi, bye. And then he just left. And then me and so were just like, stop.
Yeah, that was awkward.
But in a way, that was enough. But in
Right.
a way, that
Got
was
it.
enough. It was
Got it.
somebody
Yeah.
to bridge the gap.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay. So now, like, they're coming up to you. What would be like an interesting conversation starter?
Something contextual, like depending on where we are.
Not
Like if
like,
we're at a
excuse
house
me, is
party.
this your kerchief?
Yeah, please. Also, I don't carry a kerchief. Um, excuse me, madam, your bra strap is showing. I'm slapped. How to get rejected? So I would think something contextual, like if we're at a house party, maybe just walk up and be like, hey, so how do you know so and so? Or
Right.
like, hey, sorry, I'm just trying to get the beer. Like, I don't really know anyone else here, whatever. That's also fine.
Yeah.
Definitely not a pickup line.
Right. Right.
Like a generic compliment is fine. Like, hey, I really like your shoes, or like, I really like your hair, or whatever, something random, right? Not like you light up the night or some bullshit like,
Right.
do you like bananas because I'm Akela? Like, just not gonna work. That being said, though, I have used the Akela line on somebody once and it did work, but I think that's because I'm
Okay.
not a man, and so there's no fear
Right.
that I will murder them.
Right.
So yeah,
What
definitely
about,
not a pickup
like,
line.
have you ever had someone come and pull off a pickup line on you and then burst out laughing because it didn't work, and then you also ended up laughing and and then you had a friendly conversation? No, okay. Too idealistic.
Yeah, that doesn't work, dude. That's only a rom-com thing. I've had
Right.
people come up to me and be like, oh, so like, are you Brazilian?
Oh.
No, I'm not. I have the most fucking South Indian face ever. What are you saying?
Got it.
So
Okay.
it just does not work for me.
So something casual, like nothing too like you're trying too hard kind of thing.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it. All right. And
Pretty much.
sorry. Okay. And once they've started talking to you, like what is something that keeps a conversation going? Is it them asking you questions about you, or will it feel to interview? Like what makes for an interesting like conversation continuer?
Just like adding interesting and relevant anecdotes or questions.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I do want them to also talk about themselves a little bit, otherwise it does
Right.
feel too interviewing.
Right.
But just like, yeah, if I'm talking about like, oh, I went to Carbon Park or whatever, and the other person could be like, yeah, I went there like last week and it was really pretty, whatever. So just keep the ball rolling a little bit. If there is a silence, like I know there are some people who have this tendency to like laugh about the awkward silence. Like, don't do it.
Right.
It's okay. When you
Right.
met for the first time, it's fine. There's going to be an awkward silence.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
take a sip of your drink, do whatever. You can come up with and I'm such a chatty person, dude. I will fill the silence in a matter of seconds. So
Right.
I think
Right.
there are lots of people who play this whole like, haha, I'm so awkward game. Like,
Oh,
don't.
okay. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I
It works
somehow
for some
I somehow
people.
thought like that worked. it doesn't.
It might work on some people, but I am
Got
not a
it.
big fan of it.
Got
I'm
it.
just like, just own it, dude. You spill something on yourself, whatever. All of us do it. Like, if you just want to be like, oh, whoops, and clean it up, it's fine. But don't like drag it on and be like, haha, I'm such a klutz. Ha, ha, ha. Like, just go
Right.
on or on about it. Like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
we all drop things on ourselves.
That's
So like
interesting.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would you feel about like how does somebody take the cue on, hey, this is actually a good conversation, I'd like to sort of talk to you again? Like, how can they figure out if they've done well with you, or like, with a woman that they're chatting with, and I don't know, ask for your number, or say, or make a suggestion that you should catch up again or whatever, like, because people are always afraid that they may not have actually made a good impression, but they also don't want to miss out on the chance of asking you your number and so on. Like, is there a
Yeah.
way for people to figure out if this has been a good conversation?
So for me personally, I don't really like the can I get your number, but like if there's a
Right.
way to do like to open up the offer but not really pursue it. Just
Yeah.
you could drop something like, yeah, I'm gonna go see this thing next week. Let me know if you'd like to, if that's something that you're into or whatever. Or say
Right.
like, yeah, this was a really great conversation. I have this one specific follow-up question for you. Let me know
Right.
when we can chat about it. So just like offer it, like I'd
Right.
like to talk to you more about this thing,
Right.
and then just leave
Right.
it. Like if the person follows up and says, yeah, here's my number, my email address, whatever, that's fine.
Got it.
But I've had people who've gone straight for phone number, and I'm just like,
Giving them the wrong
if you
number?
hadn't asked, maybe I would. I've never given a wrong number. I just said no.
Okay.
I'm just like,
Okay.
no, you're not getting my number. That's it. You want to email me about work-related things, you can.
Right. Okay. Got it. Makes sense. Okay. So, what actually results for you, like in the past, like based on your like past experience, have you had one conversation with somebody and then like taken them up on their offer to like meet up again, or like, chat or whatever? And how has that happened? Like, what did they say that made you want to talk to them again?
I'm trying to
Or
think of a
anything, like, does
specific
anything stand
example.
out? Like, if not, it's fine.
I'm trying to think, dude. Because these things sometimes happen so organically that you don't really notice it or pay attention to it.
Right.
Yeah, for example, if you sort of meet at like a house party and then you sort of just joke about it and you're like, oh, I'll find you on Facebook, I'll find you on Instagram or whatever, and you leave it. And then you do follow up and find that person on Facebook and Instagram. You connect, you talk for a bit, and then you make it happen again. So like there's a way to do that without necessarily swapping numbers until the person is ready.
Got it. But isn't that creepy, like to suddenly like stalk you and be like, hey, I found you on Facebook or like Instagram?
But if we've met in person and we've talked, to me that's not creepy.
Okay, cool.
Like we've met, we've talked, we've connected. So now it's
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And so okay, what I'm going to do is like before I continue further, now I want to like bring the element of online, right? Like because after this point, when you go on a date, like online, offline, same thing, right? Like so, if you are online, have you tried any of these dating apps?
All.
Okay.
Not the shadi ones, but I've tried like
sure. I mean, I'm not talking
Bumble,
about
Tinder,
Hinge.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start right in the beginning. Like, what kind of a profile gets your attention? Like, what kind of pictures? What kind of like a bio gets your attention? What do you think?
Seems real.
What do you think in general? Like, not just you, but like in general, what do you think sort of is cool? Like, what do women look at? Like, do they like over the top, like topless sort of pictures? Like, speak for yourself first, and then like say a line about what you think based on your own circle of friends and stuff.
I love how my trainer and my workout buddy are like, "Hello, pull day tomorrow."
Yes, I was like, Coach Shiva here.
I will work out tomorrow, I swear. By the way, gyms and workout sessions, great way to meet people. Just FYI.
Right.
Yeah, Ritika, let's get married. Thanks for this, Priyanka. It has worked out well. I found my partner. Goodbye. But coming back to the question, for me, like, there are some definite, like, ugh, no way am I touching this with a 10-foot pole. And the others, like, okay, could be considered.
Right.
The red flags are like, people who look like their profiles are fake. Like you're just too
Right.
beautiful and you're making the same face in every photo. Like you have 5 photos and all the 5 photos are just like
Right.
dude, not have any emotion. That's one. And then the lazy profiles I really don't like, which is just like
Right.
2 photos and nothing else. Like
Right.
write a bio, bro. Like at least fill in that stuff that they ask you, like where did you study? Whatever it might. These two are
Right.
chatting with each
Right.
other. Anyway, so fill out the thing that it asks you to, right? The question prompts and everything. Because
Right.
if you're not going to put in that much effort to fill out your goddamn dating profile, then what effort are you going
Correct.
to take later, dude?
Yeah, I feel
So
like I see some of these profiles on like matrimonial apps where they'll say, "Hey, send request. We'll tell details later," and you're like,
like
"Okay,
if you're
like,
Amitabh Bachchan or like Hrithik Roshan, fine.
yeah,
So that's
yeah,
one.
huh.
Definitely don't like. There are some that are super sexual, just
Okay,
like shirtless, chuddy showing, kind of just like looking for fun. I'm just like, and some are just like these awkward selfie photos, which like all of them are just like software engineer Infosys, like. Bro, just because you're software engineer doesn't mean you take such a bad photo. I will say kudos to like the 25-year-olds. Like I set my age range to like 20 to 29 once just out of curiosity. And my God, those boys have game. They have like woken up at 5 a.m. and gone to Nice Road and taken the photos, like they have gone all out. They've got the outfit, the hair, the whole thing. So I feel like you should take some effort. So those are the
right.
definite, like, that this is not happening. The
That's
definitely
interesting. I
happening.
think I'll do like the male version of it with a 25-year-old friend of mine who seems to have game. So yeah, I think I'll try that with him.
Yeah. So this, and then the things that are like green flagish are like, okay, you've got like 3, 4 pictures, you've answered all the points, and you've like made some interesting comment in your responses or in your bio. Something
What's an
funny.
interesting comment? Like, give me examples of
Um,
like what are interesting things to say.
like if you're just upfront about how much you love Disney movies, or if
Right.
you're like you know scary on the outside but scared of cockroaches on the inside, like just something real and genuine and funny.
Right, right.
Like that's
How do you
really,
draw the line between, oh my God, this person's trying so hard versus, hey, this is genuinely funny?
I think someone who puts in like one funny comment is funny, but someone who's like, and there are these like tried and tested things which are like, oh,
Right.
voted best looking by my mom. Like, okay, just there are these templates that I've seen on these profiles where someone like they'll all have the same format. And some of them type the whole bloody CV, dude. Like,
Oh,
10th class this much marks, 12th class this much marks, engineering, graduate with honors. And I'm just
prize in
like,
potato race.
relax. Yeah, exactly. So some of them like go too far out and they have this whole thing of like, oh yeah. And then some of them, you can tell they're just like humble bragging, right? They're just like, oh yeah, living that chartered flight life. Like,
Oh.
oh, I only drink moe. Like, and they're just like standing outside this Armani store with like one bag. Just like, bro, just relax. Just like be a real person. If you wear Armani, just shut up and wear it quietly. No need to tell everyone. So to me, that is like taking
Got
it
it.
too.
Got
Like
it.
you
Got
can
it.
tell, this person is clearly compensating for a lack of personality. Like
Got
seriously,
it.
is it really that hard to take like 3 decent selfies of yourself?
Yeah,
Like
even
write one.
actually, I was gonna say that, charter people and all. Like, yeah, even I was
Like
like,
people
who
on
are
each
these?
other's like,
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Like, who are
dude,
these people?
my
Like, apart from the pilots
America
who fly them.
America friends are very rich. Like 10,
Too
15 of them will
much.
get together and take a charter flight.
Too
Ritika,
much,
if you're
dude.
interested, let me know. I can put you in touch with them.
Too much.
Yeah.
Okay. So now these are kind of profiles that are interesting for you. But like once there is a match with somebody, like what's the protocol? Like what's an interesting sort of approach? Like because one of the problems that I've seen is like there'll be too many boys who'll be like texting you saying, hey, hi, sweaty, and like things like that. So how do you like sort of find the interesting boys?
Um, Someone who start like usually I will open if it's on Bumble, then the girl has to open the conversation. So
Yeah.
that's okay. But if the guy is opening, then something again contextual to my profile. So if I've said like, oh, never have I ever been scuba diving or whatever, then I'd like them to come in and be like, oh, I really want to go scuba diving also, or just like message
Right.
saying, I'm deathly afraid of deep water. I'm never going to go scuba diving. But if you want
Got
to
it.
go skydiving, I'm down. Like, something like that.
So
Something
they should
contextual.
talk about something that you sort of written about and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
something contextual.
How about the whole hi, how are you? Because I find that there are like a lot of people who slide into DMs here on Insta and they'll say hi. Like if you said more, maybe I would respond to you, but like
Yeah,
what
dude,
does
even if
just
my
hi
friends
mean?
WhatsApp me saying hi, I will not reply. They better be saying hi and then a specific question like, hi, should I dump him? Then I will respond,
Got it.
But
Got
if
it.
it's just a general hi, I will not. I mean, but
Okay.
it seems to work really well for other people.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah. So some people don't want something seemingly intrusive in terms of the
Got
opening, and they
it.
just want something chill. So that works for some people, I guess.
But tell me one thing, maybe like I've never really like used these dating apps so much that I know how it works. Like, do you generally have a lot of like men in the DMs, or is it just a lot of men that you have to swipe through? Like, do you also end up having a lot of matches? Is there a problem of too many matches sometimes?
For women, yes, there are in
Hmm.
general across the board because
For
men have this
women
habit
only.
of swiping,
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
swiping right all the
Correct.
time.
Correct. Yeah.
So yes, that's definitely an issue. And I feel like, for me, honestly, I think I've just been through the whole thing so many times. I can tell within like the first day of conversation whether I want to continue the conversation or not. Because some of them like literally don't ever ask you anything about yourself. Like
Right.
because, and then you can tell that they're talking to 20 other people because they're just
Ooh.
sending one-word responses like twice a day. And it's
Right.
like, okay,
Right.
you're probably like logging on, replying to 17 people and then moving on, which is fine. I am too, but like at least pretend that,
Right. Right.
you care
Right.
about this match.
Right.
So that does happen, but it's easy to weed out after that, I think. Like,
Got it. Got
however,
it.
however much you feel like you've filtered the profile,
Yeah.
and dude, I'm like, I hate to say this, but I'm a stickler for like spelling with full words, dude.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't have to
absolutely.
get the
How's
spelling
you?
perfect every time, but just, yeah, how are
Cute.
you? Yeah, just don't HRU question mark. Like, what are you doing with all that extra time you're saving?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So what
Yeah.
gets somebody from like the DM of the app to WhatsApp, for instance? Like when do you say, okay, this was interesting and this needs to move to WhatsApp?
If it was truly effortless and actually fun. So like
Give me
conversation kept
examples of
flowing.
fun. Like what are the kind of
Um,
things? Because I'm really trying to sort of cater this down to like men who literally do not have access to women, and so they have to rely on like pickup artistry to learn about women.
so my big thing in that sense is like if you click with someone, right, and you are chatting with them easily, then that's good enough. Like you shouldn't have to force yourself to be what that other person wants you to be if that's not who you
Sure.
are. Because if you are like an anime junkie who is vegan and has 3 cats, you will find someone who is an anime junkie who has 3 cats who is vegan. Like you don't have to force fit yourself to me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing generally. Like if we are clearly disagreeing on many things, like
Yeah.
and have conflicting opinions about many things, it's okay. Call it a day, move on.
Right.
Don't try to force fit yourself into this. That's one thing I would say.
Right.
In terms of like trying really hard to make the conversation happen.
Right. Right.
Usually the thing is like if I have a similar background with somebody, like somebody lived abroad and then they came back or something like
Sure.
that,
Sure.
and we find one common topic and then we're able to keep that topic rolling. Like we're able to keep finding similar things. So let's say we start talking about scuba diving, then it goes to skydiving, then it goes to amusement parks, then it goes to which was the last one you went to, then it goes to have you ever eaten this thing. Like the conversation just keeps
Yeah.
rolling Not
Yeah.
necessarily because that person is interrogating you, but because you're sharing an anecdote, they're sharing an anecdote, you're asking a question, they're asking a question. And the responses are like funny and interesting and not close-ended. Like I feel like some people have this
Right.
tendency to respond. Like if I say, so, where did you study? And they say, I don't know, yeah, give me a college name, RV. And
Yeah.
they just say RV. And they don't say RV, full stop, what about you? Or RV, but I hated it. Or RV, but it was the best time of my life.
Got
So if
it.
you just
Got it.
respond with like a one word thing, then like I don't know where to go from there.
So there are also some people who hate the whole I did this, what about you? I did this, what about you? Like there's this whole like, whatever you ask them, they'll be like, huh, and you. Like they won't come up with anything. That also like a bit of a turn off?
Yeah, you can like sort of share something about yourself without necessarily saying what about you. Like you could just say, well, I loved college, but I have friends who didn't. So which kind of gives the other person the opportunity to say, oh, I'm like your friends or I'm like you.
Got it. Got
So you
it.
can sort of hint at it and like take the conversation forward without necessarily asking what about you every time.
Got it. Got it. Okay. I mean, suppose you're having a good time and you're having a conversation. Like, how does it get to a date? Like, what is an interesting date proposition for you to say, hey, yes, actually, I want to meet this person?
If we've chatted for several days
Mm-hmm.
and they have not annoyed me,
What is several days? How
which
many
is
days
rare,
is like several days?
like a week maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are some women who drag it on for like a month,
Yeah,
but if the conversation,
I met my husband like 2 years after I first chatted like with him. So
yeah. So if you've been interesting for 7 days without being annoying, then we can meet. I mean, this is
got
in
it.
a pre/slash post-pandemic world.
Right,
Now
right,
I'm
right.
like,
Yeah.
I will spray you with sanitizer.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So now, like, okay, more or less, like, we've sort of merged to a point where you're on a date. What's an interesting date? Like, does the location matter? Like, do you have to decide jointly? Do they have to propose where to meet? Like, what kind of a date is interesting? Like, just in terms of logistics of the date, like, is there something that stands out for you? Like, or what do women like want?
So I don't know about women, but for me, I'm a very picky eater. So I'm not a picky eater in the sense that I don't eat certain things, but I like certain places. So I will be the first to propose where to meet, and I would preferably like to meet where I want to go somewhere that I've been before, where I know the layout. Again, this is like if you need to escape a predator kind of mentality, but I need to know it has to be somewhere
Why?
crowded. Because some dates are really creepy, man, and you need to get the hell out of there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
God, I'm
there
so
have been
old.
times when I'm like on this date and I'm like, I just want to leave. And so if I'm in a
Oh,
place
wow.
where I
Okay.
don't have an immediate exit strategy, I will start getting stressed. So I need it to
Oh,
be a place where like I need people around. I need to make sure that like I know where I am and I can leave at any time, and that kind of thing. So I'm very strategic about where I meet. If I am to go somewhere afterwards, then you meet me where I want to go, and if the conversation goes well, then we can move to the other place.
got it. Got it.
But if this
Okay.
person is
That's
like,
interesting.
you know, come to Hebbal to unmarked building number 23, it's actually a cafe. I'm like, no, you come to empty road. Because some people
There's
are
like,
great on paper and are great over the phone, but then you meet them and they're just kind of sleazy and very like, yeah, so you want to just get the bill and like head back to my place. Like, you're not that hot also, please relax. So yeah, there have definitely been times that I'm like, I need an out.
got it. And is there like a particular like thing that you like to meet for, like coffee, drink, dinner? Like I feel like all these meals are too long, right? Like what if it's a terrible date? Like what if you just want to get out of there? Like isn't it too dicey to meet for dinner or something?
Never dinner, dude. It's always coffee or like some sort of evening situation.
Tiffin.
Also, I like to make sure I have a concrete plan afterwards.
Okay.
So if even if the date is going excellently, I would still like to bounce.
Okay.
Just to sort of be like, this is the end of this first date. I'm going home now. Which
Right.
works well in multiple ways. One is that you sort of like clearly define that like I have a life and I'm good. I'm not
Right.
going to like drop
Right.
everything to be with you,
Right.
especially on a first date.
Right.
Secondly, if it is sucking, then you can be like, oh, this person just called. I need to go and prep for the thing. Bye.
Right. Right.
So that's
Right.
one. I do there's so many creepy people in the world. Like I will also like if it's getting really bad, I have had friends. I have like if he's gone to the loo, I have messaged friends and said, call me like 3 times in a row. And then I will pick up and be like, okay, I need to go. Sorry. Like
Got
I've
it.
had this happen, like where this person was just being so forward, and I was like, can we just back the fuck up? So he went to the loo and I immediately texted my friend. I was like, call me 4 times in a row. And so he called and I continued to look like the I'm not
I'm
going to look
enjoying.
rude.
I'm
Yeah,
enjoying
not
this
I'm
date.
enjoying, but like I'm not going to be impolite. And then when
Right.
the friend called for the third time, I'm like, okay, listen, I really need to take this.
Yeah.
So I have full strategies.
Okay. We have a question. How do you differentiate between whether you're just stuck in an emotional attachment or genuine love? What's the difference? Sorry.
Valid question.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry.
Valid
Um,
question on your part to ask about the difference.
I don't know. What does that mean? Like, can you explain what that means? Like, I feel like genuine
Yeah,
love and emotional attachment somehow feels the same. I'm thinking about,
yeah.
yeah. Um, Sorry. So you were saying, okay, so, but what's a good date? Like, what results in a second date where you like leave feeling, wow, that was nice.
Um, they were not too forward, as I mentioned.
Okay.
Not immediately like, what are your plans after this?
Yeah.
Not they came on time, which I
Yeah.
really appreciate. They were just polite, like they didn't really argue with me about splitting the bill. Like I really like to split the bill on the first date, first
Right.
couple of dates
Right.
for the rest of my
What if they
life.
didn't, what if they didn't argue, but then they let you pay?
That's fine.
Okay.
Because
Like
I
you
will
won't be
only
like
offer to
cheapo.
split the bill. I will only
Okay.
offer to split the bill. I'm never going
Got
to
it.
offer to pay the whole thing.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
me
don't pay
neither.
the whole thing, I won't pay the whole thing, we'll split it. But if you get all like knight in shining armor, chivalry, whatever, I'll be like, I'm a grown ass adult. I'm not a 5-year-old you brought out for milkshakes, so please just like treat me like an adult, you know?
Right. Right.
So that's one. And then the fact that they were like just sort of not distracted, not like on their phone, not like
Got
sort of
it.
spaced out. They're
Yeah.
paying attention to what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're responding with interesting things. And dude, the one thing that I cannot handle on a first date is like whining. Like there are some people who will just complain for the entire first day, like, oh my life sucks, and this sucks, and my job sucks. And like if that's your whole personality, like you can take your negativity somewhere else. Because I'm out.
Got it. Got it.
Because first of all,
Got
you're
it.
talking about yourself. Secondly,
Yeah.
you're complaining about everything.
Right.
So I'm not going
Right.
to be some magic wand to come in and fix your life. If you're so unhappy with your life and you've done nothing to change it, I'm
Got
not going to
it.
come in and, add to this list of misery
That's
that you have going on.
that's interesting. So if there are a list of things that they can talk about, like what's allowed that's like neutral, like interesting territory, what would that be?
For me, it's a mix between sort of like generic conversation and like
GK.
personal.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
said
GK,
GK.
genuinely. Yeah. Dude, one boy started talking to me about electrons and how like electrons become aware when you're looking at them. And that's like a thing in quantum physics. And I was like, yeah, I've read that. And like we had this whole conversation about quantum physics, and I was like, yes. Like I was all about that. But like sometimes I feel like if the person is only talking about other stuff and not talking about themselves at all, then that's also kind of like, okay, but what about you? Like we can't just talk about
Interesting.
you the entire time.
Yeah,
Like I also
interesting.
want to know about you as a person, right?
Got it.
And also, yeah,
This,
that
yeah,
not
this,
talk about your ex on the
oh
first
yeah,
date.
yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah. And how about people who slide in like they try to pass this off as a joke, but then you're like, oh my God, like that's too forward and creepy. Where they say, okay, if we do end up together, this is what we're going to name our kids, kind of like, and they like joke about it because they want to try and see if you want to meet them again or.
I'm out. I am like go to the room and I'll disappear. But the thing is like there's a huge difference between finding out if you want to meet again and asking about kids.
Right,
Like
right.
if we're generally talking about kids, like let's say there's a kid at the table next to us and the kid is just like "Nye, nye, nye, nye," and this
Hmm.
person's like, huh, I don't know how I'll do as a dad, then that's fine. That's okay. But if you're just
Got
gonna like out of nowhere be like, so 2 kids or 3? I'm gonna be like, bye. So yeah, just
Got
like
it.
because I've been on some dates where the guy's been like, it's been January or something, and this guy's like, yeah, I'm going to Hong Kong with my friends in November. Do you want to come? Or should I delete Bumble now that we've met? And I'm like, we met 25 minutes ago. The masala peanuts has not even reached the table. Kindly one step at a time. Like I'm flattered that you think you can delete the app now that you've met me, but
Yeah, yeah.
relax.
This
You know?
this reminds me of a conversation that one of my friends had with somebody that it wasn't a date, but then they were meeting for the first time, and by the end of the conversation, the guy was like, "I'm going on a business trip, like to Bangkok. Can I get you something from there?" And she was like, "I'm not even meeting you again." Like,
Yeah. No, not on the first date, dude. No way.
yeah, yeah, got it. Okay. Um, So you've gone on a date, you want to go on another date with them. Like from there on, like from the second date on, what results in exclusivity? Like where do you actually say, okay, you know, I could see myself like hanging out just with this dude? Like what are the qualities? What are standout qualities about a guy like this? You'll be like, yeah, I know I'm looking for someone like that right now, but then based on past experiences and generally.
So I personally have a tendency to rush into things.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if the person is good, like has not pissed me off particularly in 3 days, I'm like,
Right.
ye hai sach mein pyar. So I kind of like I jump into things before I should.
Right.
But my latest test is just time. If
Right.
you don't piss me off, okay, we will have arguments, we will disagree, whatever. But I also want to see how you are at conflict resolution, right? So
Right.
this is a tip that I got from a friend actually, which is that 100 days will tell you clearly what a person is like. And my shrink said the same thing that 90 days, like
Ooh.
3 months, will tell you very clearly about a person because 90 days is enough time for you
Right.
to have talked, for you to have disagreed, for them to have had something that in their life that you could support them with, vice versa, whatever it
Sure.
might be.
Sure.
So 3 months to 100 days is like the perfect amount of
Got
time.
it.
So now,
Got it.
I mean, I haven't met anybody that I've put through the 100-day test
Got it.
since I've settled on this number. But
Right.
that's what I would like to do. Like, I don't think I would get exclusive with somebody
Got it.
until those 100 days.
Got it. That's interesting. Would you say that's like a general rule that like your friends also sort of follow? Because I feel like this is a question that a lot of people ask me. They're like, how many times do I have to meet this person? How long do I have to talk to this person before I stop talking to other people? Like,
Hmm.
is there like a general rule of thumb apart from this one, or is this something that everybody agrees with? Because
I
like
mean, I think it's also,
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
I think it's also okay for like not everybody to be up to this 100-day thing. Like if the other person is like very sure and they decide to stop seeing other people, that's fine with me. But like I am not gonna commit. Like, but we can have that conversation. We can talk
Yeah,
about like, hey, I really don't want to see anybody else. Like, what about you? And then I could say, well, I need more time and I'd like to, take things slow. So I don't mind having that check-in conversation sooner without
got it.
necessarily committing. So if both of you are like not on the same page in terms of when that exclusivity comes, that's still okay as long as you're talking about it and saying it's not that like I'm dating other people. It's just that I don't want this to be like boyfriend, girlfriend until a certain amount of time.
Got it. Got it. Interesting. Is there like a bunch of things that you like to find out about the other person before you say, okay, I'm not going to die if I get into a relationship with this person?
Uh, I think how they view like some very high level things which are super important to me. Like if they're homophobic, transphobic, racist, Islamophobic, whatever it might be, like if they have these broad categories of like any kind of bias against a large population, which is obviously stereotyping, I'm like, bye. I
Got
dated
it.
somebody once who was like, "Fuck all Pakistanis." And I was like, what the hell? Like, I have Pakistani friends. Then it's not all of them. How can you say that?
But then,
And so that's
so I was actually going to ask you that follow-up question, like with another example. I met somebody who said, "Oh my God, I met this guy, and his take on that movie Kabir Singh was really like, screwed up, and like I never wanted to see this person again." But like, yeah, you will have ideological differences with your friends as well. But like today, we're moving into a world where we're increasingly distancing ourselves from people who have views that are like contrary to ours, right? Like, but what are you going to do when you are in a committed relationship with somebody and they have like different ideologies from you about different things, right? Like, why is this aspect so important? And you're not the only one saying it. Like, a lot of women say this, right? Like, I don't want someone who's racist, I don't want someone who's sexist, and things like that. Why has that become so important today?
See, for me, that's like a fundamental value thing, right? Like this
Right,
goes back to religion. Like religion also, like people used to self-select within religions because that means that you align on certain values.
right,
You align
right.
on, this kind of prayer, this kind of, dietary
Sure,
preference, you align on this kind of whatever. Now, because we are becoming less tied to those religious things, it comes down to your personal values.
sure.
So if, I mean, I'm not really going to be stressed if the other person is vegan and they don't expect me to be vegan, that's fine.
Right, right.
Like, that's okay. But
Yeah,
if I'm going to introduce you to a black friend and you're going to be like, I don't want to shake his hand, or be like,
right.
oh, and you like sit at that table with my black friend and say, like, oh, your parents are still together. Oh, you finished college. Then I will literally stub a cigarette on your face and leave. So that's like because I have friends of different ethnicities. I have friends who are gay. I have friends who don't necessarily speak fluent English. So if you're going to be judgmental about any of these things, you're not going to get the kind of people that I'm friends with, the kind of people
Got
that I
it.
hang out with. If we're going to merge lives and and your friends come to a party, my friends come to a party, and your racist friends are like, I don't want to talk to anyone who's not Indian, then that's not going to work at all.
But what about because they have had no exposure? Like for example, you've lived abroad and you've had a lot of exposure. Maybe even back home, like before you moved abroad, like you came from a liberal setting and you had that exposure. What about somebody who's not had that exposure but is sort of malleable to change given that sort of exposure? Like, do
That's
you value
okay. As long
potential?
as
Do
Yeah,
you,
like as long as you're willing to admit something, like if you see, because like racism is like a deep-seated dislike or hatred,
sure,
right? Like
sure.
same as homophobia. If you just say like, oh, I've never met a black person or I've never met a gay person, that's fine. Then you don't get to have an opinion
Sure,
because you've
sure.
never met this person. Like you don't know how you feel about it. That's fine. You've never had this experience. It's okay. Like I don't expect everyone to have been skydiving or whatever,
Right.
right? But as long as you're willing to admit that you don't know,
Mm, mm.
like
Got it.
and like even with ideological arguments, right? Like let's say someone says something Islamophobic and I'm like, you can't label everybody like that. And they're like, oh, but why not? Pakistan is the enemy. And then we like have this whole conversation where we then sort of break down the difference between Islamophobia and political issues and history and whatever. And you're able to say, like, okay, fine. I don't like that Pakistan, the nation, is attacking India, the nation. But I don't have
Got
a
it.
problem with individual
Got it.
people who
Got
happen to be
it.
born in Pakistan. That's
Got
okay.
it. Got
And like
it.
it's the same thing for me, right? Like if I say something classist or whatever, homophobic or sexist or whatever, and someone calls me out and says, I have made ableist comments before, Like I
Right.
like without really intending to. And my friend called me out and she was like, "That's not okay." And I was like,
Right.
"Yeah, actually, damn, that's not okay. Like I shouldn't say
Yeah.
that again."
Yeah.
And so you
Yeah.
just admit it and you learn from it and you grow. Like that's okay.
Got it. Got it. And where does it stand in terms of the list of priorities, right? Like, okay, just for example, you're somebody who's moody, like there's somebody who can put up with your moodiness like magic, but they don't have a lot of exposure in terms of like gender equality or like, equality among all humans and stuff like that. Like where does it stand in the list of your priorities?
That's interesting. Again, not having exposure, I will never hold anyone. I will never hold that
I mean,
against anyone because
I feel like a lot of times people who have this sort of hatred or phobia or whatever are people who actually haven't had enough exposure. And it's not so much the quantity, but it's just the quality of exposure for them to build that empathy, right? So I feel like that is something that can change a lot more than someone's inherent character, like, if you know what I mean.
I feel like it's the other way. Like I
Like you
feel
feel
like
like, got it.
you can learn to develop certain skills and like in terms of like time management and how you dress and how you like all of those. I feel like individual personality is more malleable um
Hmm.
than at least for me because I've been through a very long
Yeah,
journey with
yeah,
therapy and all of that. So for
yeah,
me, that see again, if you've not had exposure to a certain group of people and you have hatred against them,
yeah,
I'm out. If you're
got it,
indifferent to them and you admit that you don't know enough, that's still okay. But
got
if
it,
you're like, if you want to make an assumption about somebody and hate them for it,
got
and
it,
you're over 25 years old,
got it,
like, bye.
got it, got it.
Like,
Okay,
go
yeah,
live your
yeah,
life,
that makes,
have
yeah,
your exposure, learn your shit, and come back because I am already 50 steps ahead of where you are right now.
got it,
And
got
I'm not
it,
going to be here like trying to teach you how the world works.
got it. That's interesting. The reason why I ask this is although these are not the sort of things that like that comes up in terms of exposure, the one theme that I've seen a lot with men that comes up is them not having had exposure to women or like them not having been in past relationships because of which they don't know enough about women. And that sometimes gets held against men where women say, "Oh, you've never been in a relationship? I don't think this is going to work." Right?
Mm.
They don't know what they don't know, but like, how do you sort of see potential in people saying, okay, this guy doesn't know, but like he might change?
See, again, for me, I feel like I've passed that stage, okay? Like, I'm almost 30. Like, if you haven't dated anybody and you're 30, that is a deal breaker for me. Like, and if
Why?
you're
Why
talking about
though?
marriage, because
No,
I,
I
I
mean,
don't
yeah,
want to
even
teach you
even
the
today.
basics. Like, I'm literally not here to teach you the basics. I would say if you're 30 and you've never been in a relationship,
Yeah.
go fuck around, dude. Download Tinder, go fuck around, go on some casual dates, have a whole phase, like do whatever you want to do, figure your life out, and then when you want to, you have to be of a certain emotional maturity level, dude.
So
And
what if
there's a
nobody
difference.
wants to date them because they've never like dated? Like even if on Tinder they're like, how will they get that first person? Who is gonna give them that first shot?
Find one 22-year-old, no, who doesn't give a shit. Basically, what I'm saying is find someone who's at the same level as you are because that
Got it.
person exists. There might be a 30-year-old who's woman who's never been in a relationship. You'll figure it out together from scratch. It has
Got it.
nothing to do with age. It has to do with your experience. If
Got
you're
it.
in terms of relationship experience, I have 10 years and you have 0 years. Find someone else who has 0 years and you'll figure it out.
That's actually interesting. So I feel like the kind of men like who don't have experience, but they're like, they're willing to sort of learn, want cooler women, and they're not willing to give a shot to a woman who is like not as cool enough, if you know what I mean. Like, is there like, do you have any like sort of gyan to give to such men? And I feel like I meet so many of such men.
I will be your mentor to help you date other women, but you're not dating. You find your cool women, find cool women who can help you meet other women who are at the same level as you. Because I have friends who are like 20, 21, 22, who are like just now like, so there's this girl, like, what's your advice? And like I sit and talk to them and I'm like, you can do this. And then they'll call me and be like, she said this, should I call her? Should I not call her? Whatever. I'm totally open to being your like big sister, buddy, whatever it might be. I will help you.
Rakhi sister.
Yeah, like just you go date someone else. I will be your cool friend who will help you date someone else. But Chinna, you're not dating me.
Oh, I like what your mom's saying. Arranged marriage for men who don't know about women.
Mommy!
Yeah.
But it's actually a valid point.
That is definitely a valid point. But the issue that I've seen with that is they're in the arranged marriage market and they find that they, like, in their head, they're cool and they want cool women. But because they come from conservative families, they've never really had the opportunity to sort of date or like be reckless in their life. And so right now, like they're finding out too late in life that they should have actually gone out and dated.
See, I think at a certain point you need to remain in your awqat, okay? Like I don't mean that in a bad way, okay?
Right.
Like I once met this person who was incredible to talk to, okay? Very knowledgeable about the world,
Yeah.
very politically
Yeah.
aware, like, can talk to you about the history of Leninism in Eastern China and all. And I'm like, I'm not at the same level as this.
Right.
I
Right.
aspire to be there. I think this person is incredible. I would love nothing more than to have their attention.
Yeah.
But like, hello, reality check.
Right.
This person is like a potential future Man Booker Prize winner,
Right.
and you are not. So let them
Right.
go find a fellow potential Man Booker Prize winner
Right.
and just
Right.
realize what's realistic for yourself. Because, of course, man, I want to date Vicky Kaushal, but his lifestyle and my lifestyle are completely different. So I'm
Got it.
not going to be able to like walk into his life and suddenly be accosted by the paparazzi and just, roll with it.
Got
But it
it.
would make more sense for him to date whatever who Katrina
So
Kaif.
almost like saying let the market decide who you get to sort of see. Like, if you get rejected
Yeah.
by a woman, like, take the cue and like go find your type. Okay,
Yeah.
that's definitely very useful. And I feel like a lot of people just don't know how to take the cue, which is why like they hang around being single for a long
Yeah.
time, hoping that something will change, right?
And
I
also
see that
like people need to... Sorry.
No, I just saw the time. It says like a minute left. Yeah, go ahead. Like,
What already? But yeah, I was gonna say, I think people need to realize that you're not you need to remember who you are. If you were
Yeah.
the opposite sex version of yourself, would you date you? If you would
Yeah.
not, then either fix yourself or find someone
Yeah.
who's at your level. Because if
Yeah.
you want to wear rubber chappals and grow out your beard and take a shower once a month, and you expect your wife to be, whatever Miss Universe first runner up, it's not going to happen. I want to date Chris Evans. Chris Evans doesn't want to date me. That's a reality I have to accept.